Yes.
Bogdanov, he did it.
Il bought.
He went all in.
Dump it. No! No!
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. When it comes out, zero.
Just hodl, bro.
Welcome to the TGH podcast. Today we welcome Andy Robinson from Operation Crypto, who focuses on price analysis and project reviews. It's good to have you here today, Andy. How are you?
Welcome. Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on this podcast today.
You used to be a big part of TGH. Probably, was it back in 2019?
It probably was back then, yeah, when I were addicted to low caps, because once you get into the low caps, it's like it sucks you right in, doesn't it? And you're in like a minefield, aren't you? So and then I didn't really know how to trade back then, so I thought I'd go away and learn how to trade, and then here I am today with my own YouTube channel, which has been doing all right, to be honest.
Done a good job. I've been watching some of your videos recently. You've grown a lot, haven't you?
Well, I actually started it when we had the COVID-19 dump back in March last year.
That's right, yeah.
And everyone were locked down. Well, not much to do. I thought, fuck it, I'll just start a YouTube channel up, and it like seemed to take forever to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then to get monetized seemed to take forever. But like, what is it, about 18 months on now? I've got like 30,000 subscribers now, and it's not doing too bad. And it were hard at first.
Yeah.
But now it's like it just comes natural, and I enjoy it, to be honest. It's probably going to be something I can do full time, probably from the end of the year.
You're in the army, aren't you?
Yeah, 18 years I've done an army. I left school.
Years.
Yeah, I left school at 16. Joined army straight away. Got posted out to Germany. I did 10 years there, and while I was in Germany, I got posted to Iraq twice. Went Optelic 7, Optelic 12, and then I left. But I rejoined. But I just do counter-terrorism for army now, and it works well because I've got a rate shift pattern where I do like 4 days on, 4 days off, and when I'm 4 days off, I can just pretty much
smash crypto.
Dedicated to addiction, yeah. And it's just an addiction. I'm like I wake up at like 2 in the morning. Oh, what's crypto doing? I mean, you wake up and
Do you really think though that it is an addiction? Because I was out on Saturday. I went to see some friends on a leaving do in Chester, and some girls sat with us, and someone said, "Oh, he's into crypto," and I hate that when I'm out, and like, you know, because sometimes it's nice to get away from it, isn't it? I try and distance myself from it a little bit when I'm out socializing, because I'm like, fuck me, it's like 24/7 then, isn't it? You want to try and get away from it all. And anyway, we got onto this whole, because we're sort of both on the fitness bandwagon at the moment, aren't we? You're doing a lot of fitness at the moment, trying to reduce the body fat. I'm doing the same. Panda's a beast. Panda's a panda. He's an actual bear. And she said to me, "Oh, you're one of them people who gets obsessed with anything," and I was like, not really. I mean, but I started to sort of diagnose myself, and I'm like, and you're similar, Panda. We're all sort of similar, aren't we? But in my eyes, I set goals and targets, and I hit them. I make it my mission to hit them. Now, whether we cross over into obsession during that process, that's what I'm sort of diagnosing right now within myself. And you've just made me think about that. I was like, is it really an obsession? Because if we set those goals.
I think it is. My girlfriend always says, "Andy, you're addicted," and she's like, "Put your phone down for 2 minutes. Put your phone down. Like, let me just check something." I'm like, and you just like forever just checking something. Like, it's an endless amount of things you could be checking, isn't it? You could be checking YouTube. You could be checking your Twitter, because Twitter's addictive as it is. You could be checking prices. You could be checking how much staking rewards you had each day. It's just like a never-ending list of what you could be checking.
Discord, Blockfolio, CoinGecko, Paprika, charts. It's like shit.
It's never-ending.
Doesn't leave much room for anything else. So going back to the whole obsession thing, I think you've got to be obsessed to a degree to actually succeed, and not just in crypto, but in anything. And we wanted to focus today's episode on the newer, less experienced traders, and there's many of them right now coming into crypto. Q4, which was obviously started 6 days ago. If you look at YouTube now, it's just a complete, it's a bull fest, isn't it? And I'm not saying for 1 minute, I'm not speculating anything right now. Obviously, I do hope that we do hit 100k by the end of the year. Whether that happens or not, it's a different story. But what I wanted to focus today on was more how those newer, less experienced people can not get so caught up in the hype and try and take a bit of a step back to understand the reality of what they are really getting into. And it's not all fun and games, is it?
It's not. I mean, I did a poll on my Twitter probably when was it? August, after we've had that horrific drop pretty much from May. And it was a poll to see how long people have been in crypto, and I did it less than a year, plus 4 years. And like the poll, like 80% less than a year. And I'm thinking, Jesus, I can't believe there's that many new people. And it just shows that there's not so many people who've been here in the past are still here now, due to the fact how crazy the markets can be, because volatility wrecks people. And
it does.
I think like we've got a new different. Well, we've got a lot more new people in the markets now, and it's going to do exactly the same if we don't look towards people like us, for example, who've been through that cycle before. And we've all been wrecked. I've been wrecked before. You've probably been wrecked. Panda's probably been wrecked. Oh yeah, many times.
Many times. And I always say, in my opinion, this is the sort of thesis that I've built over the years, is that the difference between the guys who stay, like us, who've been involved for 4 or 5 years or longer, is that they don't give up. So, when you get wrecked, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in that process, isn't there? And I always say, you have to get wrecked, or you have to fail to truly understand how to succeed. Succeeding rarely is just failing and not giving up, isn't it?
Exactly. Just making the mistakes, learning from the mistakes, and then just continuing it. And like with crypto, you've got to actually believe. I think believing the use case of it is a reason why you stay around. Because imagine if you just thought, oh, it's Bitcoin, it's going up, I'll sell it, and that's me. I'm just going to leave tomorrow with 10% up. It's not going to happen, is it? You've got to actually want to believe it. And once you do believe it and you think it's going to change your world, then boom, sucks you right in. And that's where you are today, and you just get addicted.
I love that, because it's everything. Believing is everything. Do you remember Panda, about just before we crashed back in, was it May? I bought a lot of Litecoin, because I was like, it's not even reached the 2017 all-time high yet.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you want to say. Like holding tokens you really believe in, or projects you believe in.
Exactly. So this goes back to what you just said then, Andy. I didn't believe in Litecoin. I bought it for the simple fact that I thought I could make a quick buck. When shit turned sideways, I was like, I don't believe in this shit. No way. There's no way I'm gonna.
You will get a lot of hate for this comment, because they still have a strong community.
Yeah. I still hold some Litecoin for anyone out there who's gonna find that a hateful comment. But I find it much easier to hold the things that I believe in, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other,
All these people who you find who hate projects, they're 99% of the time people who've been wrecked by that project, aren't they? Because there's no other way you can hate it other than, I don't know, CO coming and murdering you.
One friend that just recently started crypto, and I said I will help him find like real projects and solid opportunities and stuff. And even after a couple of weeks, I've realized he doesn't understand that there's real value in crypto. He thinks it's all like meme tokens, dog tokens that you just buy, and then you wait until some guy who's even more stupid than you comes up and buys it at a higher price.
Yeah.
So just the understanding that projects can create real value and generate real profits, like from example from DeFi protocols and other stuff, that's already something that is missing right now. Because all they see is like flashy NFTs and all these fucking dog tokens pumping, and they just want to jump in it.
100%. I can't agree more. Remember that?
Cap or some shit.
I had a bit of a debate on Facebook with someone. I commented on For All My Sins, and I wish I hadn't now because I had about 10 people message me on my inbox. You into crypto? You into crypto? All they're interested in is money, quick, easy money. And if you want to survive in this game, if you want to make it, it's the complete opposite, isn't it? It's long, it's hard, it's not easy, it's not quick. And we had this big debate. I was for, he was against crypto. He actually invests in stocks, and I told him about like what's actually happened in crypto over the last 2 years. And this is actually crazy thinking about it, because we got in at a similar time, guys. I think it was late 2017, early 2018.
Yeah.
And back then, there was no real catalyst. There was no real fundamental news. It was mostly speculation, wasn't it? But I checked out the other day what's happened in the last 2 years, and it's unbelievable what's actually happened, how much news, how many catalysts, how many events have been triggered in the last 2 years. So we've had the introduction of DeFi, introduction of NFTs, digital art, land ownership. PayPal is now backing Bitcoin trading. Bitcoin's become an institutional asset class. That only happened 6-7 months ago.
And we're looming ETF coming as well. That's just going to add to the pile. There's that much, like I say, that many institutions getting involved now, and PayPal. That's ridiculous. Just you can go into your phone now, and it's literally there. Buy crypto.
You had none of that back in 2017. There was nothing. And I said in this comment section on Facebook, I said, if you told me even one of those catalysts was going to happen back in 2017, I would have sold my house and gone all in. And the list goes on and on and on. El Salvador's made it a legal tender. Michael Saylor has set up a institutional support buyers fund. Banks now getting involved. This list is 2 pages long. I only just listed a few bullet points there to give people some actual insight. And this is going back to the whole, because whenever I'm out with friends and people mention crypto, they just say it's a gamble. It's a gamble. And you said the same thing there. Your friend said the same thing. Everyone who's not involved in crypto, or he was just getting involved, they don't take it serious and they just say it's a gamble.
Seem to think it's like putting a bet on football, don't they? That's all I seem to think it is. Or chuck a 10 or miss and might try and make 100 quid, and it don't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. So if you look at what we've just mentioned then about how far this space has come, and every single project is trying to bring new utility, they're trying to revolutionize the space in one way or another. It's so exciting. This space is so exciting. For me, it's the most competitive space on the planet. I can't think of another space that is progressing as fast, as aggressively, as volatile as what crypto is right now. But with that, it's also dangerous, isn't it? Because if you come in at the wrong time, then you can also lose a lot of money. So going back to the whole trying to give people some perspective, understanding and doing your research into the price, the fundamentals of a project is really important. And having the right mindset is also super important. This is one of the things I realized recently. I was just telling Panda before I started using social media recently, not just Twitter. I know you can class Twitter. I don't class it as social media because I feel like it's a source of us to connect and network with one another. So maybe it is social media to some degree.
That is kind of the definition of social media.
It is, yeah. I suppose it is. I suppose it is. But I started using, I'm using WhatsApp a lot more, Facebook, and the focus that I've lost, the time that I've been losing through just looking at bullshit, what people are doing, what they're having for breakfast, and these new stories on Facebook. I got addicted to, have you seen that, the stories?
Oh, I'm not on Facebook, but no.
You're the only boomer here.
I'm the only one who's on it then, because no one else is on it either.
I used to be on it for years. I actually joined Facebook when I went to Iraq just to like contact with my family and that. But then I just got sick of like people just posting pictures of the dinner and all shit like that. So I just deleted it. I can't be arsed listening to it. Well, watching anyway, so I've just got to do it. And I just use Twitter and a bit of Instagram now and then.
Yeah. So I've got a list of sort of catalysts for newcomers getting involved in crypto, that they can sort of understand that it's far from, when you actually class this as a gamble, you're actually deleting, you're actually moving away from the reality of the situation, and all the things you actually need to focus on to make this work, you're moving away from them, and you're not sort of clarifying or seeing clearly what you need to actually do. So some of the things we always talk about is having real goals, and then breaking those goals down into smaller targets. This for me has been one of the most game-changing things, because if you haven't got a goal, then what direction are you going to move in? And are you finding that you have an overall goal? Have you got those goals set? And are you breaking those down into smaller targets? And is that something that you're preaching to your followers as well?
You always have to have a goal, otherwise you're just aiming for thin air, aren't you? I mean, it's hard when you first start, because when I first started, I had no goals, and I was just like thinking, trying to make some money. And I think that's how everybody starts. If your goal is to make money, but you don't know how specific that goal is. I mean, I started off just chucking 100 quid here and 100 quid there, and then once you fundamentally understand that crypto, what it's all about, you're then probably better off setting goals then. But in terms of goals, the only goal I ever started off with was double your money, take investment out, and then recycle that profit into other new projects. And I think that's probably the best way to start going about if you're new to crypto, because it gives you a little bit of structure, and doesn't it? And it gives you an ability to invest in something new, which there's an endless list of something new. I mean, like, I get messages on my Twitter every single day. Andy, have you looked at this project? Have you looked at this? Like, wait a minute, let me just write this 150,000th project down on my list. It's just like, it's never ending, isn't it?
Our DMs are just ding, 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 non-stop. It's like, it's a full-time job just reading your DMs, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So many projects being introduced into the space right now. We've been talking about the different trends. Obviously, what are your thoughts on NFTs at the moment, Panda? They are still hot, aren't they? But
it depends on which kind of NFTs, because basically you can make everything in NFT. You can make like house ownership in NFT. You can make
land ownership.
Yeah, stuff in game, like NFTs. Everything can be sort of an NFT, but the trend we've seen right now is obviously like the gamify NFT trend, which is unfortunately, in my opinion, starting to slow down because too many projects are popping up. Like, we have 2 or 3 games per day, like the bigger ones I know about. It's probably 10 games per day, and you just don't have that many investors to it. It's just oversaturated right now.
It's the same.
Many of them are obviously also cash grabs, just pumping out unfinished products and making a quick buck, stuff like that.
It's the same story every time, isn't it? We had this with all the mem tokens. I went through a really hard period when all the mem tokens were being pumped out. I lost a lot of motivation and focus in the space, because I was just like, what is the point? There's no utility. There's no reason for these tokens to exist. That
was pretty much the worst time in the past, even 3 years. I think even the bear market was better than that fucking meme token time.
I agree.
Honestly, it was the worst, because you completely lose trust in the space. I was like, this is what we have become. It's fucking over if this goes on.
I think what started off were the food coins. I remember Uniswap came out like back in August or something like that, or July year before. Man, it was sort of food coins had like Burger Swap and Pancake Swap. It was Pancake Swap, and it just bled from there. And Pizza Coin, Burger Coin, fucking Sausage Coin,
Sushi Swap.
It were all food coins,
all
weren't
right. Pancake and Sushi Swap are all right, but yeah, it was literally started off like that. And the mem tokens, and normally do you find that these hype cycles last a certain amount of time? Because I do. I always find they last 3 or 4 months, but the mem tokens lasted a good 6-7 months, maybe 8 months.
They are still around.
Fuck, when's this going to end?
I don't think that the meme token hype is ever going to end, because when I look at Dogecoin and Shiba Inu right now, so
pumping out
Shiba is pumping like crazy. It's above 10 billion market cap now.
When I think of those 2 assets, I just think of TikTok, and I
Yeah.
think TikTok is just the driving
Yeah.
factor in all the shit coins, really, isn't it? You get these knobheads coming on thinking, right, here's Dogecoin to $3,000 a coin. Like, get a grip. You ain't got a clue about tokenomics or growth or anything like that. They're just pumping out these numbers to get followers and likes, and
Yeah.
everybody's jumping on it because I think he's right, because he's got 1 million views, and it's just all bullshit, isn't it?
Speaking of pumping, Bitcoin
The
just pumped.
the friend I
Sorry.
mentioned earlier. Oh, Bitcoin pumped.
So it's just pumped from 51,300 to 52,400 in an hour. In an
I
hour.
was just looking at charts earlier on. It broke out of that. So from all-time highs, it's been obviously in a downtrend. And we were looking to break that 50k amount. We broke it, and then this morning we retested that trend, and now it's pumping again. So it just shows that it was a valid trend, which was a downtrend. It's retested that trend, and now it's going to pump. And 52k, once it breaks through there, then there's not much in its way up to all-time highs.
Couple of really renowned TA experts are calling for 63k by the end of the month.
Is that above all-time high? Or is it close enough?
That's close.
Yeah, it's slightly above.
Is it? I thought 65 was all-time high.
Oh
either
yes,
way,
64 or something.
It doesn't matter anyway, but it's close enough.
Yeah, 65.
64, 850, yeah, 665, whatever. But he's been right so far about everything, and he's calling for 135k by December. I find that hard to believe, but personally, I find that hard to believe.
What do you think of Plan B's predictions?
It was him I'm on about now. It was Plan B
yeah.
I'm on about now.
Yeah.
All his predictions have been right.
And his cycle top is like 250k or something.
Is it?
Like yeah.
I didn't see the top. I just saw that he called everything he's called so far that this year has come true, and then now this is playing out exactly. So
there's no reason why it can't hit those targets. So there's literally, you mentioned it earlier on, all them catalysts that have come out recently. That's what could easily drive a price up to that, and then you give it to end in November, get that ETF out, pump it hard up to December, and then it's time for alt season part 3 or whatever it is.
Now we also had those Brazil news that Brazil is going to is looking into accepting bitcoins. Brazil is like completely different animal compared to El Salvador. Yeah, Brazil is fucking huge.
Much bigger. Yeah, but just this morning it came out that Brazil is going to be the next to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. But going back to the whole, this space being a gamble and newer, less experienced people sort of writing it off straight away. They aren't even looking into the space to see what's actually happened and what's going on. But as I said, I've got 2 pages here of catalysts. Now I'll add Brazil. Looking at making Bitcoin. It's huge, absolutely huge. And I also read that America, SEC just announced that they're not planning on following China in banning crypto, which is huge as well. I feel like China banned crypto because the dollar seems to be the dominant currency within the crypto market. It's a stable currency. Obviously, Bitcoin's dominant currency, but the dollar seems to be the dominant stable currency. So maybe China on this whole trade war find that a threat.
But to be honest, China had pretty much full control over Bitcoin. They had three quarters of all miners and stuff. They had so much power over Bitcoin. I think it's going to turn out as a huge mistake what they did, like
massive
outsourcing all the mining and stuff and forbidding crypto, because it's going to be a huge technical revolution. They can't just sleep on it.
Or it's some sort of manipulation tactic where they meant to ban it. Done this before, haven't they?
I wouldn't be surprised if China,
They've done this before where they banned crypto on Friday, then on Monday they were like, no, it's fine.
Same in India.
We bought back.
Since I got in crypto back in 2017, we've banned it every single year since then. Multiple times
per year. Yeah.
But they banned it. They banned it. One of the main reasons why it crashed in 2017 was China banned crypto. But every single year they ban it like 4 or 5 times, and every time it comes
back much stronger.
Yeah, it causes the price to crash initially, and it's like, why are people still listening to China? It's like, I don't even care anymore. And then you have people who aren't involved going, oh, it's over because China's banned it. Fucking seriously? Like, they banned it fucking 20 times now. No one gives a fuck anymore.
I think it's having less and less effect each time it happens because, like, years ago, it used to make a severe rumbling market and you'd see 30,
Yeah.
40% candles, but it's having less effect each time it comes out now. I mean, last time we did it, when it wasn't even that long ago, China banned it, and you didn't see much price
Not
reaction
much
really.
happened. Yeah.
I think the world is wising up to the China bullshit, really, aren't
It reminds me of the McAfee pump and dumps back in 2017.
they? Yeah.
So the first ones, 10x, 20x the token, and later on the token dumped after he tweeted it because everyone was like, "Oh no, is this a scam?" Just sold the token.
I think the same will happen with Elon Musk. So when he first started mentioning about Bitcoin and things like that, and the price used to fly, and then when he used to mention something good, and when he used to mention that, it flew. But it also, I think each time he's mentioned it, it's having less of an impact.
100%, and I really think that Elon Musk is using using these is capitalizing on. There's no way a guy that smart is not capitalizing on the volatility of his announcements, and he knows exactly what he's doing. I've lost a lot of respect for him. If I'm honest with you, I used to like Elon Musk. He was sort of like a inspirational figure to me. I was like, fuck, this guy works 24/7. He's revolutionizing like energy. He's sending fucking rockets to fucking space and then landing the fuckers again. I'm like, wow, like electric cars, and it's like fuck. But now after all this, I'm just thinking, is he more of a shark than actually, a good person?
Just looking to profit on his own tweets.
I said before, I feel like he's using
Your Mars mission theory.
Yeah. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. My theory is that he is using all the profits from crypto to fund his mission to Mars. That is my theory. Time will tell. Thing is, people laugh. It's like Bitcoin and crypto now. Everyone laughs until it's too late. And when we actually get the results, then they cry because they're like, shit, it was how they speculated. I was just wondering whether it's worth mentioning the Facebook news as well. What happened with Facebook, whether that had anything to do with the recent crypto rally, whether the whole centralization versus decentralization, i.e. Facebook servers went down, which obviously affected WhatsApp and Instagram at the same time. This whole centralization of all of these apps and companies led to, was it an entire day or was it half a day?
Like nearly a full day, wasn't it, I think?
Well, Facebook lost around 160,000 a minute and 2,670 a second.
Jesus.
Mark Zuckerberg lost over $6 billion in share net worth, and the price of Facebook dropped 20% overnight. So
yeah, the thing is, not only they've been down for one day, so apparently also 1.5 billion user data has been leaked and is now being sold on the darknet, which is quite crazy.
So this goes back to the whole decentralization is the way forward, because that wouldn't happen, would it, with a decentralized network? Would it?
Definitely not. Nobody has control of it to get into it to exploit it, do we, really?
So, okay, finish us off then. Price prediction for Bitcoin end of year, Andy?
I put a tweet out with a few price predictions on the other day, and I said $127,000 is my prediction. I think it goes like, I'm probably leaning more towards Plan B's type of stuff, but I've just thrown a few fibs on chart, and it's giving me a nice extension up at about 3.618 region. So I think it's an area which I think is possible. If you're looking at all some of them stock to flow models and you follow them, and I think if you marry that together with current, like you mentioned, catalyst, all them things adding together, I think it'll be it's a good area to target.
And all them catalysts are building and building. It's getting more aggressive. The news, if you go onto basic news channels like Cointelegraph, or any of the channels in Telegram or Discord, there is non-stop news and announcements every single day. It's not like once a month sort of thing. Back in 2017, there wasn't much news at all. Now it's a daily thing. So we are kind of in this paradigm shift, so they call it. It's a paradigm shift, isn't it? When the normal way of thinking and doing things changes, and we've not seen a shift like this since the dot-com bubble. And that's why there's so much hype and so many new investors and users coming in, because they see it as a chance to capitalize on that shift. But the issue is, you also need to take a step back and understand there's the right time and the right place to get involved. And if you get involved at the end of that shift, then you're also open to lose a lot of money. A lot of money.
I think people just need to take the time, not be patient, because it's not something that's going to go away overnight. And if all of us believe it's a future, then what's the point of rushing? Just take your time, learn how to do all the basics first, learn and find out what actually Bitcoin is and what it can do. Because if you don't take in all them factors, you're just going to, like you say, think it's a gamble and try and make some money, quick money, but it's not like that, is it?
I love that. People I spoke to, sort of, when they know you've been in crypto for a while, they sort of just think that you're the key to their success. You are the only thing that they need to make money, but it's not. It's exactly what you said, Dan. It's understanding the principles of the space, the basic principles of what is this fucking space, what is going on, and where is it going. And if you don't understand that, then how are you ever going to believe in it? How are you ever going to hold? You wouldn't, would you, in a million years? You wouldn't.
Not a chance, man. Not a chance.
If you don't believe in something, there's no way you're going to put yourself through the struggle. Because it is a struggle, isn't it? I find it's not all bad, though, because on the other side of struggle is where you find the most sort of satisfaction and reward, isn't it? Like going to the gym, isn't it? You always feel good when you come out of the gym. Yeah. But going in, you don't want to. Most of the time, you're sort of like...
If it's something new, like for example, you're a kid and you're learning how to ride a bike, just like that, and it's somewhat daunting at first, but once you get to grips with it, I mean, in crypto, there's shitloads to get to grips to. I mean, never mind trading, you've got a tech side, and it's never ending. But once you get into it and push yourself out there, then you'll get used to it, won't you? And confidence will come after about 4 years of getting wrecked.
How many times have you been wrecked, Andy? What do you say?
I've been completely wrecked once, where I had all my assets. You remember that DAPS coin? I had about.
Yeah. Is that still around? By the way,
I think so.
Is
but
Adele's still around?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I had it blocked for about 2 years, so I'm not sure if it's there or not. But I think I had about 60 grand in it about 3 years ago, and like overnight it was like $1 grand left. I'm like, oh, where the fuck's this gone? Didn't have a clue. But
shit. I remember when DAPS listed. Sorry, I went on holiday. I just got back from holiday, and DAPS listed. It was on. What exchange was it on now?
That one got New Zealand exchange. What was it called?
Sorry,
Piptopia.
Yeah, but did DAPS do a swap? They did, didn't they? They did do a swap.
It was Peep Coin, wasn't it?
That's
PCM.
right. Yeah. So I actually bought Peep Coin because it was swapping to DAPS, and then they cancelled the swap, didn't they?
Yeah, something happened. I can't remember what exactly happened, but basically the bloke who did the swap give himself, the supplier 100 billion, and he gave himself like 85 billion, and then he just sold it all and went to Thailand.
What was his name now? What was his name? Captain Dapper.
Captain Dapper.
Captain Dapper.
Breck Nevers, I think you were called. That rings a bell.
There was so much politics going on behind the scenes, but I bought Peep Coin. I think I bought it at 3 sats to sell when it got converted to DAPS, and then they cancelled the swap. And by the way, this is a good example of some of the stuff you can encounter in crypto as a new trader, because this is what we encountered as new traders. So I was completely, I was a noob. This was like very early 2018. I bought Peep Coin at 3 sats, hoping to sell for 4 or 5. And then literally hours after I bought, they said, yeah, we aren't swapping it to DAPS anymore. And the price crashed to 1 sat. I sold at 1 sat.
Oh,
Right? Listen to this. There's the best part. Then the next day they said, "Oh, we are going ahead with it."
no way. That could only happen to you, that.
I lost like $5,000.
God's sake.
The thing is, right? I'm laughing now, but I was laughing then. I was laughing. What else can you do?
Yeah, you can't do anything, can you? And that's just another thing. Saying it's just part of that learning cycle, isn't it? Once you've experienced something like that, you think, I'm not doing that again.
And I hated DAPS for a long time.
I think I worked for them for about 6 months, doing like community manager or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. The community was vibrant. Like when DAPS was in its prime, I won't lie, the community was one of the best. You couldn't go on Twitter and not see DAPS on a tweet. Everyone was going crazy. So whatever happened. But this goes back to the whole being prepared. And I sort of went all in, if I'm honest with you, mate.
I did same.
I went all in, and I lost like 80% of my money. But I'm talking in an hour. I lost £5,000 or dollars in an hour, and it's like nothing can prepare you for that. Nothing can prepare you for that. But I've had worse, a lot worse, and the only thing you can do is just push through it, isn't it?
Well, the one key thing to take from that is just don't go all in one project, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously.
Diversification is probably the best thing that's going to save you, because if, for example, you got 10 assets and only one of them rugs, then you've still got 90% there, haven't you?
100%. So we'll do another episode where we do cover how people can manage their portfolios, take profits, diversify those profits, manage the risk, and go more in depth. But today, I just wanted to really cover the basic fundamentals of this space for newer, less experienced investors who are coming in, who generally all think it's a gamble, and it's just really not a gamble. When you look at the actual fundamentals of the actual space, what is going on, what is happening on a daily basis, the sooner you can come to terms with how serious, and the more serious you can take the space, the better you'll do. And as soon as you start labeling this as a gamble, you then write off all the other factors which come into play, which will bring you success, such as goals, targets, effort, motivation, the time, all the networking, the connecting, the hustling. Because it is a hustle, isn't it? This game is a hustle. It's a game. And we always say, don't we, Panda? Focus on the game, not the money.
Yeah.
A lot of people focus on the money, and counting money isn't gonna make you money, is it?
There are like a few examples. You sometimes have these super special people. They come in, buy some random meme token, make 1000x on it, and then they tell everyone how easy it is, and it's all a gamble. Everyone can make it, but we see more often people come in and say, "Oh shit, I lost 80% on this meme token, or they rug, or whatever. The team sells everything and runs away." So you will have a few examples of people that made it through gambling on fucking shit coins, but most of them are getting wrecked. That's just how it is.
I got one friend who did really well on SHIB and Ethereum Classic, funnily enough, and then got out. But I was screaming, to be fair, take the fucking money! Take the money! Get out! Because literally every single person who gets in would have made the money and then lost it. So he took the money. Fair play to him, but I can't help but feel like he's sort of sniggering in the background going, crypto, fucking easy.
Yeah. He'll be winning it. He'll be winning $1 million, won't he? He'll be definitely winning $1 million. 99% of them, they'll make some money, think they're king, and then put it all on black, and then it goes to red next time, don't they? And they lose.
Yeah. But I do know a few people like that, and thankfully I've never based my mindset on being like that. Thankfully. But I can see it's easily done. If you see someone make easy money, then you want to make easy money. And that is a road that is hard to get off once you're on, because it's sort of the easy path, isn't it? It's a path of least resistance, isn't it? That's the path that we're always trying to find and go down. The path that's sort of going to be the least work, the least effort. So, yeah, love it. So, any projects
Wait
that
a
you're...
second. Before we wrap it up, I just had an idea, which is really important, especially for new investors. You both probably have the same issue. For example, your BSC wallet is trashed with random airdrops and shit.
Yeah.
Like mine, I have like 60 random airdrops. So we had one guy in the community, and I've seen a few guys on Twitter. They were pretty much new to crypto, saw airdrops in their wallet, approved them, and both their wallets got completely emptied. So no matter what you do, if you get random airdrops, don't approve them, don't try to trade them, even if they show like crazy values, 20k, 30k, and you get tempted to make a quick buck. Don't approve the tokens, don't try to trade them. They are, in most cases, a scam, and you will lose everything on your wallet.
So it's like a gateway for the scammer to get into your wallet to bleed them all out. Tricky, aren't they?
I mean, I know this, and every single day I'm getting these airdrops in my wallet. But how? You obviously have to validate the token on PancakeSwap or whichever exchange you go on.
Yeah.
By doing that, you allow access to your wallet to a third party, and that's how they empty it. Can they empty all tokens or only BNB or BUSD?
As far as I know, I saw a few examples where they only stole one token. But oh yeah, that's also a thing. If you, for example, connect your wallet to some farm, some DeFi protocol or whatever, and the maker of the contract had malicious, like wanted to steal your money or some shit, when you then connect your wallet, he can steal every single token. But when you just approve your airdrop tokens, as far as I know, they only can steal one of the tokens. In some cases, it's been either BNB or USDC from what I've seen.
Right, okay. That's a really handy comment there, because that is probably one of the most common things at the moment, isn't it, Panda? Got loads of community members coming in to TGH saying that they've lost money, and they don't even realize how, because they've just confirmed so many tokens, they don't even know what they've done. So I'm struggling with that, because we've got a lot of tokens on BS in our wallets, in Trust Wallet, and you sort of lose track on what's legit and what's not. So if you don't know what is legit, then there are ways to find out. You could copy the contract on, if you go on BNB Explorer, you can then copy the contract, put it into DEX Tools or BNB Explorer itself, and you can see the price, the history, the transaction history, and you can determine then, can't you, whether it's legit or whether it's a scam.
There are some ways, yeah. But also, if you just put it on the BSC Explorer and you see that 400,000 wallets are holding this token, in most cases, you know that's some random scam airdrop.
Yeah. Because they airdrop it to so many wallets.
Yeah, to shit ton of wallets.
Yeah, usually as well. The if you're looking at Trust Wallet, it won't actually have a project logo 90% of the time. It usually just says BP20 rather than actually an official logo. So that's probably a good way to check as well.
Yeah. Oh, I've noticed that as well. Some shitcoins don't have any information or logos on them.
No.
It's great stuff, guys. Okay, so we'll wrap this up now, and we'll do another episode focusing more on how to diversify and manage your portfolio, manage risk, etc., etc. Thanks for coming today, Andy.
No worries, thanks for having us.
Yeah, great stuff. See you next time.
See you later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
See you later, mate.